Hey guys, this is the Gerber Grylls Scout folding knife. I got this knife for today. My friend asked me to sharpen it for him, and I did. I cannot tell you very much about the steel except for the fact that I sharpened it very quickly. I have no idea how long the edge will last on it because I'm not going to test it. Just first impressions here. So the first thing that I really like about the knife is the clip. It is very high on the knife, which makes the knife a low rider. You know, imagine this. This is gonna be the pocket of your jeans. You're gonna see maybe a bit of the knife, which is very nice. And the tension on it, very nice. It curves a lot out here, so it's gonna be easy to get in your pocket. That is what I like about the knife. The shape of the knife and the thickness of the handle made me think it wasn't going to be that comfortable in hand. It is if you're just doing small cutting tasks, which I guess a folder is meant to do small cutting tasks. But if you just take the knife like this and squeeze it in your hand, you're going to feel the clip, at least I do, and this jimping on this rubberized plastic right here bites into my fingers. You can see just from squeezing it, my hand is full of patterns. Some people say that the handle materials feel cheap and they're cheap. Personally, I have no problem with that. What I do have a slight problem with is the lack of any metal inlays inside. It's just this rubberized plastic and this gray one and the hard plastic, the orange one. I don't know how well you can see inside it. That's it. It helps reduce the weight, but this knife is not really that light compared to my bone collector. It's not that far apart. The bone collector has a G10 handle and metal inlays. It's heavier, but not that much heavier. You know, I would expect it to be much heavier. Let's say it's about on par with the Para. I have no scales, so just off the top of my head. However, I would have liked some steel inlays just to make it a bit more stable. If you have to pry something with it, add weight, you know, it feels more secure in hand. It has the thumb studs, you know, left and right. In order to flick this knife open, you really need a lot of force, you know, so a lot. And the back lock has this just very small indentation on the handle, and you have to push this really hard so the blade unlocks. Can be good, can be bad. Personally, I don't like it. There's not really a safe way to close this one-handed, because you would somehow have to hold your finger here, and even holding it as near to the blade as possible, if you close it, you have this much metal keeping the blade from biting into your finger. If it goes beyond this, you're gonna get a tiny little cut, scratch mark if you make the stupid choice to do it like this, you know, get a full grip here down and then swing it so the blade comes down. It's gonna come down with the blade on your fingers. You don't want that. So I guess the safest way to do this would be two-hand open. You won't hurt your thumb in the process, and closing it using both hands. The blade, once again, serrations and a fine edge. Serrations don't do it for me that much. The fine edge, okay, I have to admit I kind of like the style of the blade, but I'm not sure that this steel is going to hold a decent edge for a longer period of time. I've seen this knife on Amazon, $14. If you buy something else and you get a over $25 purchase, then it's free shipping. So it might be worth it. However, this is the BLO5. This one feels much better in the hand. If you take it up and squeeze it, you're gonna feel the G10, but it's much more comfortable than this one. Steel inlays, liner lock, very smooth opening, although I've tightened the pivot very hard. Still, not as much effort needed as with this one, not even half that. And if you really want to open it slowly and smoothly, you can. This being a liner lock, it'll go in phases a bit. You know, the detent, and it'll jump up, and then you can close it. For $14, if this is your first folder, if you really like the colors and everything for survival, which I kind of do, I kind of like the colors, I have to admit. I think it's an okay purchase. But this one's just 12, so you might want to think of it. These were my first impressions of the Scout folding knife from Gerber. It's okay, I guess. There are better ones. As such, for just a small folder that doesn't inconvenience you that much, I like it. You know, I'm really not gonna buy such a knife for myself, but it's okay. You know, I didn't really expect the blade not to be centered. You know, this being a back lock, but it's not centered, and that does not bother me that much. The thing that bothers me is that this indentation in the handle is really small, and you really have to push hard on the back lock to disengage the blade. But it's a nice knife. I hope you liked the little first impressions video, and I wish you all a great day.